Ba-ba-ba-ba! It's your boy, DJZ. And I want you to check out my man Cody over on YouTube at Rasslin Rage. Check his website out, r2youtube.com, and give them a follow, give them a subscribe, give them a like. Ba-ba-ba-ba!
Oh!
This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Let's go down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Hey, look at who's here. How you guys doing? Is this working? Hold on, let's make sure. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Josh, say something.
Hi.
It's working. It says it's working. Okay, so anyways, the camera's usually there now. Now I got to get used to that. So we're doing it back in the place. We got the green screen up. I wasn't able to quite get it to work the way I wanted it to quite yet, so I got to do some finagling on that. But we are back in the basement on the old studio, so welcome back, Josh, to the Hacienda. I figured because Mark was here last night. It was last night. It was last night for shooting the shit with Mark Ross, Raps, and I figured, what the fuck, why not, right?
Hell yeah. And I mean, it's Devil's Night, so being in Marysville is better for my car than being in Port Huron.
That is a true story. If you guys don't know, I live in a town that is predominantly considered a white town, and Josh is safer here than he is in his.
Right. So I left.
Even as a black man.
I left my fiance at home, though.
So, well, she's safe. She's Mexican.
Right. She's got the dogs protecting her.
El Dio de los Motros. But so I would like to welcome everyone to Rasslin Rage. I am your host, one of your hosts anyways, Cody Fleming.
And I am Big Cream. I'm Josh Harper.
Yes. Okay. So tonight on Rasslin Rage, we have the results from Insane Wrestling Revolution that took place in Monroe, Michigan. For Us Wrestling, we were both there. That took place in Garden City. Combat 1, I believe, was in Waterford Township. Independence Pro Wrestling out there in Grand Rapids. Metro Pro Wrestling took place in Riverview. Pure Pro Wrestling on the west side of the state in Battle Creek. And so those are the ones we have the results for. There was a show on Saturday, Old Wrestling, but I reached out and I was not able to get those results. So we don't have those, unfortunately. If we do get them, we may or may not cover them on Tuesday.
Now, this is the 225th episode of Rasslin Rage Live. That's right here on Rasslin Rage YouTube channel, r2youtube.com. Of course, you know that because you're here. But while you're here, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button and also make sure you subscribe to the channel. So if you look at that box and it's currently red, that means you're not subscribed. Make sure you hit that that button and make it gray. That means you are subscribed. And you know what? Since it's October 30th is Devil's Night, that means we're getting ready to go into the spend too much money season. Well, next time that you go into Best Buy to scout what you're going to do, make sure you like all the stuff on Best Buy phones too.
Well, okay, do that. But you call it the spend too much money season?
Yes.
And you decided that not this year, but next year in the spend too much money season, you're going to get married.
Oh, well, see, here's the great thing. Now, think about this, okay? So I'm going to get married next Halloween, right?
Okay.
And then we go on our honeymoon on Route 66. Okay. All so right. While we're driving Route 66, I just got to pick up some keychains and shit. Right? So when I get back, I'm like, hey, Mom, I got you a Christmas present. This is from Arizona, and it's just a $5 keychain from, I hope my mom's not watching this right now, but it's a $5 keychain from Arizona, and that's the Christmas present. Merry Christmas for next year.
Oh, Lord. But real quick, I do want to shout out Jeremiah Goldmain. Hello to you. I see him in the chat commenting. If you want to get a shout out, please comment in the chat. We'll shout you out for sure. Don't forget to click the bell. You know, you talked about subscribing, and you don't have the bell. You didn't bring the bell with you. I'm going to have to get you a bell, ain't I? Is it going to be a thing? Like you're going to put that in your contract?
Big, huge bell.
Big. Okay. Anyway, don't forget to click the bell. The bell allows you to be notified when new content becomes available right here on the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel, like that match that just went up like moments ago.
Yep. Now, this episode of Rasslin Rage is brought to you by Crazy Squirrel Graphics, Detroit Wrestling Connection, Gilbert Photo, The Spyder, Davison Sarai, For Us Wrestling, The American Wrestling Experience, Grizzly Pro Wrestling, and PKSA Karate Port Huron. Thank you very much for your continued sponsorship of Rasslin Rage, and thank you for sponsoring them, sponsoring us, which you do by making sure you go down into the description. I'm stealing Cody's lines because I can see it's yellow now, but the point stands. Go down there and thank them for thanking us by paying patronage to them because they pay patronage to us.
And now we got Stitches in there. Hello to Stitches. Shout out to Stitches McVeigh. So, after he was saying, cutting in on my shit, after the show is over, please scroll down, because I say after the show, because if you go down there and you click it, it's going to take you away, which is not good for us. It's not good for the analytics, which then makes it like they're saying, oh, they don't like our shit, so it's not going to recommend our shit. We want them to recommend our shit.
Right.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. So, after the show's over, scroll down into the description. If you're on your phone, you might not be able to see it, but if you're on your phone, you click the X right there. The description will come up. You scroll down in the description, and you'll find their links. Click their links, follow them, like, subscribe, whatever they do those things. If it's Gilbert Photo, get photos taken. I just had some taken. I had some taken of Josh and I, as well as the Guru and I. The Guru and I, man, we're getting all kinds of monikers. You know how you have 700 fucking names?
Right.
Well, we're getting the same thing now. We are the Dynamic Duo.
I didn't hear that one yet.
Right,
I like that one.
So we're the Dynamic Duo. We're the highest crew in the room, and we're also the highest team in the building. And I'm waiting for more. I don't know. Because people like Jeremiah Goldman are very creative people.
Yeah.
And when very creative people get together, they do a lot of creative shit. Hence For Us Wrestling, right? I'm just gonna say that there's a lot of creative and people that are involved in For Us Wrestling, and there's a lot.
That's why everything's different than it is.
Right. Well, and there's a lot of shit going on in For Us Wrestling, and I'm fortunate to be a part of For Us Wrestling with the commentary team, and I was part of some things going on there, still part of, I suppose, but I'm innocent till proven guilty, by the way, and I'm gonna get a lawyer because I have been. Dude, Adam fucking Wick. Me and Adam Wick, we're on fighting terms right now, bro. We are on fucking fighting terms right now.
I don't remember the end of the show. I don't know. The last thing I remember is a cool version of This Is Halloween was playing, and Mark Ross came out, and then I think I blacked out. The next thing I remember, I was at a truck stop on my way back to Port Huron, and I was getting a Spider-Man ice cream bar. And
you bought somebody else's ice cream?
Dude, every time I stop at a truck stop on the way home, I get a Spider-Man ice cream.
So you're a whore for truck stop ice cream.
I am a whore for truck stop ice cream. It's either Spider-Man or SpongeBob. Look, okay, I know a lot of
the show is much better when you're in here, right? Okay, yeah, right.
I know a lot of people out there drive a lot. Do yourself a favor, stop at a rest stop. Almost any rest stop that's any decent now has ice cream machines in there, and they still have those, remember when you were a kid and you'd run after the ice cream machine? Yeah. They still got Spider-Man and SpongeBob ones. Screw SpongeBob if you can. Get Spider-Man, because then you got Gumball that tastes really good for 5 seconds.
So these are kind of like a road story type thing, because every time you do this is when you're going to wrestling usually, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the way home when I'm like, oh, dude, it's 12:30 and I don't remember being awake for the last half a mile. Maybe I should pull over for a little bit.
Right. So as I was saying, down in the description, make sure after the show you do that. They support the show and help us achieve a lot of the things that we need to do or we want to achieve, or help us achieve some of the goals that we're trying to achieve, and equipment that we need to get to do a lot of the things that we want to do, which is going to help elevate the game, which then in turn elevates the whole indie scene here in the state of Michigan, help lifting everybody else up.
Now,
hey, Tara.
All right. So can we talk about the results now? I came all the way to Marysville so we could talk wrestling, and we're talking about.
Well, we're talking wrestling.
We're talking sponsorships, and
we have to.
I know.
Okay. Well, I think you're right, Josh. For once, you are actually right. So we will do that.
All right, so we'll be right back after this.
It's time to talk about Michigan independent wrestling. Tune into the channel, check your internet connection. Cody, Danny, Josh, they're the best at breaking down the matches into each and every segment. Michigan independent. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. It's going down. Cody Fleming is the man that leads the brigade. My name is El Ridiculo. So, man, has it been a long time. I'm here to remind you all and to thank you for tuning into that double R, that Rasslin Rage with Cody Fleming and crew. They got this Happy Harper ice cream ridiculoso flavor still available, maybe. I don't know. If you miss me as much as I miss you, you obviously have not been watching Fight TV on the weekly for ARW Extreme Takeover Thursdays. Your boy El Ridiculoso debuted on episode 76 and pretty much stole the whole show. I got this. Thank you for the opportunity.
And we are back.
So welcome back to the 225th episode. That is 225 of Rasslin Rage. That means that we are just under a quarter of the way to 1,000.
Can I ask you a question right quick?
What's up?
Why are you being so like you're fucking selling them something?
I'm selling them.
We are here today to buy some Tupperware.
Tupperware is fantastic. And you know what, actually? With this brand new Rasslin Rage Tupperware, I can guarantee you that you can put spaghetti sauce and or human blood into this and it won't stain. And if that's not the price of Tupperware right there, I don't know what is.
That is a hell of a Tupperware
I
commercial.
would buy the hell out of that Tupperware.
I know you would. Anyways, continue.
So if you're just joining us, make sure you smash that thumbs up and the subscribe button if you haven't already. If everyone does that, I could shut up about it.
Okay. It was a jam-packed weekend of indie wrestling here in the state of Michigan. Josh and I have all the results. Those are what those things are called. So let's get to it.
We're going to start off the weekend. It was Thursday, but we're starting off the wrestling weekend by talking about Insane Wrestling Revolution. And they presented a show called Halloween Havoc from the FOP in Monroe, Michigan on Thursday, October 27th.
I was looking to see if maybe we had the logo in there, but we don't. I got some work to do.
The one that really looked like, I mean, it's called Halloween Havoc, but it was Halloween Havoc.
Well, yeah, I know, but
that's
I mean,
a
like,
good
just
logo.
even just like we could put the logo like right there. Not working, Josh.
We need an editing team.
Damn it! Okay, so anyways, we're gonna talk about. There was three VIP matches. That is correct. And starting off the VIP section of the show was none other than the Rod Lee, who keeps it all kinds of sucker free. That's right. However, he is the man, and he pinned Nicky Ratu for a victory, and he's still sucker free.
Always sucker free. Impact's superstar and wiener, Cody Deaner, took on the Perminator Sam Beal. They faced off in a hell of a match. Sam Beal's hair wasn't enough to get the win, though, as Cody Deaner, the wiener, was able to pin Sam Beal.
Go ahead and keep going, because I just got sent something.
In the third VIP match, the lovable psychopath Tommy Vendetta of DTA took on Damian Chambers, with the lovable psychopath taking home the win. Yeah.
Oh, so it was. Oh, what did you have? Oh, that one. There you go.
Yeah. In the first match of the main card, you had the Death Threat Army of Aaron O'Ryan and Jack Price, who were the current IWR Tag Team Champions, going off against the tag team of Nate Matson and Ben Boone, and the DBA and MM3, and the Game Changers of Chinstrap Jesus and Nate Bach. That's right, that is a fatal four-way for the IWR Tag Team Championships, and that's a tall order to take on. But when everything was said and done, the Death Threat Army are still your IWR Tag Team Championships. That is a treat and a trick at the same time.
for sure. Where are you at?
Yellow.
Oh, so in a triple threat match, it was the Suplex Shogun. Jackson Stone would be your favorite wrestler. Second favorite wrestler. Your actual. I want to clarify his actual, because there was a fictitious list of Josh's favorite wrestlers at one time, and I think we kind of retired that list because it's caused issues in the past and almost caused Josh to get his ass beat. Maybe. Anyway, so Jackson Stone faced off against Madman Fulton and Bryce Sullivan. Jackson was victorious and defeated both of them big sons of bitches.
That's what he does.
Those
That's
are big
why
boys.
He's there. Now,
all three of them are some big mofos.
Now, IWR is never doing just regular old one-on-one matches. They're always throwing in a little bit more. So this time it was the tag team of Rhino and Shane Douglas taking on the team. Ever since the border opened back up, that's all I've been hearing back when I'm on the north end of town is, what's going on there, But when it was all said and done, the experience, the power, and the determination of Rhino and Shane Douglas were able to defeat the team.
The A team. Now, my homeboy, the Dread King Logan, had to defend the IWR Heavyweight Championship against the Kenny Urban. And still,
and always,
your IWR Heavyweight Champion, the Dread King Logan. Yes, I said it. The Dread King Logan decimates the Kenny Urban. You know what I do wonder, and I did not get this information, and sometimes you have to leave out certain tidbits so that people do actually go attend the shows.
Right.
I get that. I understand. Did Kenny Urban get Goose back? That is the question.
I feel like if Kenny Urban got Goose back, I would have heard about it. And the question is, if Goose was back, would he have been the extra oomph?
The extra oomph. Is he feeling oozy? I don't know.
I will tell you, I'm absolutely positive that Cody was going through and coloring this earlier and went, Josh has got to talk about him. So in the main event, it was, I definitely know that. In the main event, it was the wrestler known to the world as Top Notch Jason Hotch taking on Trey Miguel for Trey Miguel's IWR United States Championship. Jason Hotch is in fact the quote absolute best wrestler, end quote, and he defeated Trey Miguel by submission to become the new IWR United States Champion. Now, I know we've been talking about...
You did not read that the way that I wrote it.
No, I did not. I know that we've been talking about the MIW and Rasslin Rage awards that will be coming up.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, when you're talking about Wrestler of the Year, Jason Hotch has had an absolutely amazing year, becoming Gut Check champion, being champion in multiple promotions, and now defeating Trey Miguel to become the IWR United States Championship. That's another feather in an already impressive hat.
True. However, your accolades are not necessarily going to make you Wrestler of the Year in the eyes of the promoters, because that's who, in fact, is going to decide your fate in at least in the Rage MIW awards,
right?
And anywhere else, it is what it is, but they don't matter anyways. But it's straight up, bro. I mean, like how it works is we say, okay, we want 5 nominations. Give us your 5 nominations for the category.
Yep.
And then they give us their 5, and then we take the top 5 of nominations, because it's not going to, some people are going to get more nominations than others.
Right.
So the top 5 of all the nominations make it in, and then we send those top 5 back and say, okay, vote for one.
Yep.
Okay, now I know that For Us Wrestling, and we're going to talk about it here in a minute, so we won't get to it, but For Us Wrestling has really already said this is who they want.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Could he possibly become a two-time Wrestler of the Year? Actually, this would be his first Wrestler of the Year, because last year Alex Weir won. It was between Alex Weir and Tommy Vendetta
Yeah,
if I'm mistaken. Tommy Vendetta's having a hell of a year too. So let's continue on. We're gonna make it on.
Before we leave IWR, I would like to bring up the fact that Kevin Jeffrey has pointed out the fact that Zach Thomas still controls the goose.
Yeah. I don't know. He's hurting. Now, we do in fact have results for Friday, October 28th, Combat 1. They held their event from the Elite Sportsplex, and that was in Waterford Township.
First match we're going to talk about is Gustavo was able to pin Nate Bach. Gustavo.
Sounds pretty. I like that.
Gustavo, you need to wrestle more in Kaluma.
I knew that's where you were going to go with it. All right, so now we have the tag team called Mason-Dixon line of Silas Mason and Devin Dixon. Now, that is a tongue twister. Let me tell you right now. Defeated. Bullshit. It didn't happen because I didn't see it. So they say they defeated Midwest Scum, Dread King Logan, and Zach Thomas, but I think somebody's lying and needs to check their eyes.
Hey, a match I'm happy to talk about. Chris Bay took on top-notch Jason Hotch. He might have had a big win on Thursday, but on Friday night, Jason Hotch lost and was pinned by Chris Bay.
Didn't you say he was the best wrestler, though?
I said, quote.
He's the best wrestler.
Quote, yes.
Now, Cody Diener in Michigan 2 days in a row, taking on Brandon Williams and getting a win with a pin.
Nice. Now, the tag team of Chinstrap Jesus and AJ Kazana took on the tag team of, holy crap, Rhino and the Suplex Shogun Jackson Stone. That is, oh my, that's unfair.
That's like not fair.
There's got to be weight, size, muscle, skill. No, that's unfair. Of course, Rhino.
Remember that where Shogun would, like, the guy would be running and Shogun would just run into him and knock him fucking smooth out.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Either you get a gore from Rhino, and then you get one of those fuckers from Jackson Stone. As he's goring you, Stone hits you. Oh.
I mean, my instant thing was to smile a little bit, but that's just because I love both those wrestlers so much that despite the fact that I'd be in the hospital afterwards. But yeah, when you're facing Rhino and Shogun win.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. Chinstrap Jesus and AJ Kazana. No match for them, huh? So next up, we're talking about the place that we were at, the For Us Wrestling, as they presented Nasty Bumps. That's right, live from the Renegades Bar and Grill in Garden City, Michigan. This also was on Friday, October 28th.
Now, they had the second annual Get Your Shit In Battle Rumble. That is 30.
Get your shit in.
Get your shit in Battle Rumble.
The Guru is in the house. Hello to you. Let me do some shout outs real quick because I didn't do it. So, Tara, hello to you. Joshua, hello to you.
Hi.
Kevin, hello to you. The Guru, hello to you. Thanks for joining us, all of you. If you would like your shout out, make sure you comment in the chat. Otherwise, we don't know you are here.
Yep. Now, in a 30-man Battle Rumble, there is always chaotic and crazy things that happen. At one point, we had there was a child. There was a child in the ring, and he kicked the crap out of Dean Hendricks and Maximilian.
They deserved it.
100%. We also got Peacemaker from HBO's Peacemaker show was in the ring for a little bit, but when everything was said and done,
Are you sure? He looked quite familiar.
Yeah, because you watched Peacemaker.
No, I didn't.
You didn't watch Peacemaker?
No.
Well, that's why you didn't.
Because I don't have HBO.
Yeah, but you have a patch and a wooden leg.
I have a patch and a wooden leg?
And a pirate.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Anyways.
When it was all said and done, G.G. Jacobs was the winner of the second annual Get Your Shit In Battle Rumble. And he won the golden button.
Yeah, the oh shit button, or the, what was it?
The golden oh shit button. If he hits that button, he gets to put himself into any match at any time.
So he could put himself in a match against Adam Wick for the title.
Please do it.
Spoilers, right? Spoilers. So then we had Jeremiah Goldman, who, by the way, took the nasty of the nasty bumps. I would say he took the nastiest of them all. Would you say? Yeah. So he wins nasty bump of the night. That should be a thing, by the way. We should make that a thing.
Nasty
The nastiest
bump of the night.
of the weekend. So the nasty bump. I need my notepad. I got to write that down. Shit. All right, it's over there. We'll write it down. Give me that notepad, Josh. Write that shit down. This is.
You got a pen?
No. Well, then fuck. Got everything else, but we ain't got a pen. Anyway, so Jeremiah Goldman and Jason defeat the Neon Ninjas, Facade, and Danny Moe. Now, listen, it was originally supposed to be Facade versus Jason.
Yep.
And then the commissioner, is that what they're calling him? The commissioner, right? The commissioner,
Jonte Keith, the commissioner.
The commissioner of For Us Wrestling. He put it down. He put it down and says, you know what? You guys are up to no good, and I don't like it. So, Jeremiah, you and Jason, you guys are going to learn to like each other. So, you and Jason are going to team up, and you're going to take on Facade and Danny Moe. And they did, and they won.
That's why he's the commissioner. He's giving us what we want. Sometimes this is what we think we want, but
right.
Hey, he's giving it to us.
So to get your shit in, we're gonna backtrack a minute because we got Black Sheep's in the chat. Hello to Black Sheep. He if you remember going back, the top rope was actually taken off.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he thought that if he took off that rope that he couldn't be eliminated. When in fact, after they took the rope off, they put him over the rope, which would have been the second rope, and they did in fact eliminate him.
No, I thought about this, and he did. When the top rope came down and was on the mat, he did step over what is the top rope before going over the second rope.
I'd have to look at the video.
Okay, so they took the top rope off, and he was
Right.
holding on to it, but he stepped over the rope when he held on to it, and then they knocked him over the new top rope, with the top rope actually being the second rope. So he was eliminated twice.
He's not going to be a fan.
You know I love the Dream Daddy, okay? But it doesn't even set the record, because if you remember, the Get Your Shit In Battle Rumble record is 14 times, I believe,
El Ridiculoso.
with El Ridiculoso being eliminated. So,
how did he get 13 entries or 14 entries?
he just kept getting back in. No one stopped him, because the FU security is horrible.
Well, this match here we're about to talk about is pretty awesome, because I'm going to tell you why. After you're done, I'm going to say that I'm telling you why he won.
The Colonel of Clapping Cheeks, LaDon Sanders, took on Crash Jackson and the People's Champion Mongo for the People's Championship. It was a three-way match. Originally, it was just going to be a one-on-one with people doing votes on the FU page to determine who Mongo was going to be facing. If you're not following the For Us page, why not? First off,
it's down in the description, by the way.
It's down in the description. They're a sponsor of us, and we tell you, hey, go down in the description 2 times a week. So make sure you go down in the description, so that way when things like this happen, you can vote on it. And when it came down to it, it ended up being a tag, and that's what took this from a one-on-one competition to a three-way competition. Did I say a tag?
You said tag.
I don't know why I said that. It was a tie. Thank you very much.
You're thinking dirty.
Yeah. When it came down to it, when you had Crash Jackson and Mongo going at it for most of the match, it reminded me of when you're watching nature documentaries and you get those huge like sea lions and stuff that are just bashing each other on the beach trying to prove superiority. And every time one gave an inch, he took that inch right back. At one point, they played catch with LaDon Sanders.
Well, let me tell you. So, who did you tell him who won?
I did not. Even though LaDon Sanders was a ball at the beginning of the match, he held out with determination and endurance, and LaDon Sanders got the win. He is the new People's Champion. You
know why?
Because of skill and determination and resilience.
Well, that's part of it.
Because of Grease and Bird.
Let the record show that anytime Cody gets chicken, LaDon Sanders wins.
You have pointed this. If LaDon Sanders gives him, it's gonna get to a point where like no one else gets Cody. Gets Cody. No one else gets chicken, but he's gonna bring you out like a 2-piece. Be like, I get to give it up to you like you're a pagan god.
As
like,
long
this
as
is
it's
your
a
sacrifice.
if the 2-piece better be a leg and a thigh, a biscuit, mashed taters, and I want my fucking cookie too. Damn it,
Cookie.
I'm just saying. So, anyways, the theme is make sure I get chicken and you will win. That's all I'm saying. And it specifically LaDon Sanders.
And no one can argue that. That is, it's factual right now.
Yeah, it is a fact.
Other people should try this.
John the Ref, who is a former trios champion with Jamie Eternal and Alex OnlyFans, ended up facing off against Jamie Eternal, the king of strange style, and somebody almost got stabbed, but it surely wasn't John the Ref. But John the Ref defeats Jamie Eternal.
That is not the way that it's going to be reported.
What do you mean?
John the Ref cheated.
How'd he cheat?
He cheated because he low-blowed Jamie Eternal, and the other ref decided to look the other way. Mind you, this is after John the Ref accidentally almost caused a fan to get stabbed. Like, multiple people almost got stabbed with that machete, but that was all John the Ref's fault. That was 100% John the Ref. John the Ref, you know what? He shouldn't wrestle at FU anymore. John the Ref is causing problems. He needs to be banned.
You're really scared, Jamie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, this is a great match.
Hey, let's talk about a different match now. The amazing Nate Matson, in front of a hometown crew from Garden City, took on the Great Tiger. I love the Great Tiger. And even though the hometown crowd wasn't cheering for Nate Matson as much as you would think, the amazing Nate was still able to get the win over the Great Tiger.
And the Bums, known as Social Anxiety, retains their trios titles by defeating the Golden Girls. I mean, the fun-loving criminals.
I love you so
First
much.
of all, dude, they cheated, number one. It was not a clean win.
No.
Dean Hendricks did deservedly get his ass beat because he ran like a punk into the bathrooms. He should have locked himself in there. But he did. They chased his ass down. They got a hold of him. That punk.
Watch my language. I didn't say. What did I swear? I didn't say anything. But in a match, we had Top Gun Maxi Poo took on KJ Reynolds and Ryan Matthias.
Who? Hey, by the way, who came out with the number 2 belt?
Yep.
Not me.
I mean, are you going to let Dean Hendricks hold on to that belt?
Not.
I would never let him touch it again. If there's 4 members of a group, there's only 3 belts, and one of them has lost that belt multiple times.
Let me just say, let me go on record right now. There are too many members of that group.
Yeah, like 4 too many.
Right. Well, there's more than that now.
Oh, I told you I blacked out. I don't remember that. So, yeah, Top Gun, KJ Reynolds, and Ryan Matthias took each other on in a 3-way action, and Top Gun ended up getting the top. Like, he won that match.
The Gurus.
Oh, okay.
That's great. I love it. He said he knows what you said. Is it? Well, it's like one of those I know what you did last summer.
I'm sorry. I have a slight speech impediment when I speak Taiga. I think what I meant to say was Taiga. Taiga. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for anyone I offended.
We're going to move on to the main event. The main event, Mark Ross defends the 24K LP championship against Adam Wick. And I'm going to make this everybody very well aware that this was a match that Josh, basically this was like the For Us. It was for, like Josh said it, this is for me wrestling. It's not for you, it's for me. Right? Because this match was specifically, basically Josh's match. Like he's the one that said this, they asked him what match they want to see. Everybody said, yeah, we want to see this match. Josh came up with it. Everybody's like, yeah, let's see that match. So then we get that match. That match happens, right? Now, I can understand because I would not have expected for any reason whatsoever that social anxiety would have came out at all during that match. Okay? And they did. In fact, they did. All 4 of them. Trevor Young, Punk. Dean Hendricks, Punk. Maxie Poo, Punk. And Jason DeMilo, not so much a Punk. I never had a bad interaction with Jason DeMilo.
Jason DeMilo tries his best to take over the world with his other Saiyan brethren.
Right? Okay. Anyways, they came out, and what initially we thought was them going to jump Adam and Mark, because we seen Adam and Mark go back to back like they were going to take everybody, and that's not what happened, Josh. What happened was Adam Wick low-blowed Mark, covered him up. 1, 2, 3. Adam Wick is your new 24 Karat Lion Productions champion and new member of Social Anxiety, a.k.a. Millennial Misfits, a.k.a. a bunch of bums with some titles. So,
they're not millennials, they're Gen Z.
Well, we call them the Millennial Misfits. Either get on board or figure it out. FIO. But we do, in fact, have a new title holder. And after the whole thing was said and done, Adam Wick gets on the mic and he starts flapping his fucking gums. Because, that's what he's good at. He's good at flapping his fucking gums.
Yep.
And he starts flapping his fucking gums at me about this fucking belt. And I didn't even have the fucking belt.
They had the belt on
They
their
had
possession.
the fucking belt. And why are you yelling at me?
He started yelling. I started counting belts to make sure Dean hadn't lost it again.
I don't know. I never had the fucking belt. I take that back. I had the belt once it was sent to me. I kept the belt because Maxie Poo ran his fucking piss flap, and I just said, fuck you, I'm keeping it. And then Dean decides to jump me at Metro Pro and take the belt.
Like a punk.
And then it came up missing from Metro Pro. Not my fault. Turns out their buddy, KJ Reynolds, had the belt all along.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, now, mind you, when KJ Reynolds came out with that belt, who they give the belt to? For safekeeping. For safekeeping.
They gave the belt to me.
Attacked by Dean. The FU security actually had to physically hold Dean Hendricks back from attacking an untrained person. You're a fan.
Yeah. Because I was told to give the belt to somebody to make sure that belt got to where it was supposed to go. And I gave that belt to who that person was supposed to go to.
Yep.
That's what I was told to do. That's what I did. I was given specific instructions by Johnny Flav, and I did what I was told to do, and I did it. And then at the end of the night, they had their fucking belt back.
Mm-hmm.
So do yourself a favor and go fuck yourself. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For the record, Gen Zidiots, thank you very much, Guru. Gen Zidiots, that's fantastic.
There's another one, because I'm going to still call them Millennial Misfits, because that's the way it is, and if you don't like it, let's move on, because so that's For Us Wrestling. How about For Us Wrestling, December 16th, returns to Renegades Bar and Grill. Yes, December 16th.
December 16th, which we do have another date for the IWR, which we talked about earlier. The next IWR show is on November 30th, which is my birthday.
Okay. I'm going to call, I just want to clarify that I'm going to call them that too. I'm going to call them the Millennial Misfits, the Gen Zidiots, the Social Anxiety. I'll call them any fucking name I can.
You know the dumbest possible name you can call him?
What?
Dean Hendricks. So on Saturday, October 29th in Battle Creek, Michigan, at the Kellogg's Arena, Pure Pro Wrestling presented Battle in the Creek 2. I think I killed Cody.
You ever coughed and you get the tingly you're gonna pass out?
You start seeing the little
yeah,
lights
dude.
and everything.
Yeah, that's just what happened, bro. Now I feel like I'm really stoned, man.
Yes, is the coughing that did that. Now, One of the original attractions for this particular show was the fact that Kevin Nash was originally scheduled to appear there. For anyone that doesn't know, Kevin Nash lost his son, so he was not at this show. I do believe there was a memorial card for fans that they were able to sign out.
Let's clarify. He didn't like literally lose him. Like, you know, he wasn't lost at Kmart, right? He passed away. He had a stroke, or he had it wasn't a stroke. He had a
cardiac event.
He had a seizure.
Yeah.
And he passed away from it. But yeah, so there was that. Now, James Alexander and Kerry Morton battled for the Michigan State Cruiserweight Championship. Alexander, the current champion, retained via pinfall after Morton executed a sunset flip over the top rope. Alexander sat on him and used the rope as leverage to get a 3 count. Ref didn't see it.
It doesn't count. Win's a win. Mm-hmm. Now, the Michigan State Tag Team titles were on the line as the current champions, the upper echelon. That's Nick Zero and Mr. One Night Only. With Jack Kelly faced off against WWE Hall of Fame Tag Team, the Rock and Roll Express. That's Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, for anyone that doesn't know that. And if you don't know that, the hell have you been doing?
Gonna rock.
Jack Kelly hit Ricky Morton with the Jim Cornette themed tennis racket while the ref was distracted. This allowed the upper echelon to cover Morton and get the pinfall. So for one night only, they could say that they were better than the Rock and Roll Express.
You're not going to get to say that too often. Then it was JTG versus Danny Astro. JTG hit a German suplex and won by pinning Danny Astro.
Awesome. The Nomads, that's Ace Evan and Road Rash, faced Eric Smalls and Shockwave the Robot. Ace Evans poured water on Shockwave, and the water caused Shockwave to malfunction. You would think that he'd waterproof his circuits and stuff coming to the Great Lakes State.
You think? Not everybody thinks, though.
Yeah. Piercy Poindexter came out with a homemade controller and brought Shockwave back to life. Eric Smalls then used the controllers to defeat the Nomads. That means that the Nomads of Ace Evans and Road Rash were defeated by a Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Boop, boop, beep, beep, boop. And then it was the AWF Continental title match, which saw Congo Kong versus Dylan Derringer. Derringer survived a splash from Congo Kong. How, I don't know, because Dylan Derringer should be crushed.
That's not a splash. That's a tidal wave.
That's from the top rope, no less. Congo Kong from the top rope, Josh. I would definitely be very scared.
First off, if Congo Kong's on the top rope, it is now the second rope. I don't know how he survived that.
Yeah, well, Dylan Derringer won. He defeated Congo Kong and won via pinfall.
The only thing I can think is he didn't get hit by the tidal wave. He was able to get out the way, and then Congo Kong was not able to get up.
Now, this event, I guess they drew in over 2,000 people on this.
That's insane. Yeah. But, I mean, you saw the pictures. They were stacked to the rafters in that place. It's fantastic to see that. Now, MLW champion versus MLW the champion took on
the MLW champion.
All right. MLW champion took on the Impact champion. Alex Hammerstone took on Josh Alexander. It ended in a countout. Both men wanted to keep fighting, and they were restrained. Now, see, it's no fun to anger you when you're actually here within, like, striking distance.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. So a countout.
Fucking countout. How are you going to have Josh Alexander and Alex Hammerstone in the same ring at the same time wrestling a match together and have fucking... Why?
I mean, that just means that they didn't care about what the ref said.
Okay. Anyways. Next up, we have Gideon Malice taking on Carlito. During the match, Carlito consistently was arguing with the ref. At some point during the match, Carlito had an apple and went to spit that apple in Malice's face.
Yeah.
However, Malice is a little bit smarter than what Carlito thought, and he moved. And instead of that hitting Malice, guess who it hit? That's right, the ref.
Oh.
Malice then rolled him up. Malice gets the win. 1, 2, 3, because the ref hit a. He's pissed.
So the ref cheated.
Maybe.
So Carlito lost because the ref cheated.
If he's the ref, did he really cheat?
Yes, he still cheats. Just because you're a zebra doesn't mean you didn't cheat. Rematch. I know Guru's talking about a different match. I don't care. Rematch. Rematch now. And do it like closer to Port Huron so I can see that match. Just, throwing that out there as a please. Now, Michigan State heavyweight title. There was a 3-way dance for it with Extreme Rules as the stipulation. Tommy Dreamer took on Dylan Knight and Silas Young.
Wow.
Dylan Knight was in and out of the ring at the start, not trying to engage, while Mr. One Night Only and Nick Zero came down for support, and Silas injected them into the match. The match was all over the arena because, why not? Tables and barbed wire were used. Jack Kelly hit the ref with the tennis racket as Silas had Dylan Knight pinned, and the ref was able to count. Oh, the ref was about to count to 3. Dylan Knight then fought back and defeated Tommy Dreamer. 1, 2, 3. After the match, Tommy Dreamer talked of his and Dylan Knight's history of over 20 years, and then he thanked the fans.
Nice. So next we're talking about Metro Pro Wrestling. This was a show that we didn't know about. I had no idea this show was taking place. It took place at Warzone Comics on Saturday, October 9th, and that was in Riverview.
Mario Pipe Noises. Warp Zone Comics.
Oh, my bad.
I've
Sorry.
actually been to Warp Zone Comics a few times. That's
excuse me.
Nicky Ratu did not have a good weekend as he had lost on Thursday to Rodriguez one, and he had to take on Big Murph, and Big Murph pinned him on Saturday.
That is very unfortunate because
Yeah.
Big Murph sucks.
I don't want to be close enough for him to touch me because then I could smell him. And
Well, he is from Ohio.
like, the entire state of Ohio smells,
he
but
is from Ohio.
Big Murph seems like he smells like expensive cheese.
I have heard it all. He's. I don't know about you sometimes, man. Then we have Ray Larson, and if I'm correct me, I believe Ray Larson was the woman who was with Alex Van Zant at Metro Pro Wrestling in Taylor. I could be wrong.
I believe so.
I could be wrong, but she pinned the Gazelle.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I'll pin a Gazelle.
In a 3-way match, you had the Soul Taker taking on Rod Lee and Riley Reinhart. When everything was said and done, doesn't matter if you're sucker free, no souls matter. The Soul Taker took home that win.
And then it was the Brother Dante and the Brother Ultra defeating Dean Hendricks, yay, and Nick Green, yay.
That's a win for everybody.
That is a huge win for everybody.
Now, BCWA Alliance champion, the Swamp Daddy Brutus Atwell, took on Buckeye Sam. When everything was said, I say that a lot, but when the match was over, every man was slammed. Brutus Atwell retains his championship.
Oh, shit. And then the last event that we have, again, we did not get results for Old Wrestling. There was another show that we did not get the results for, and if we get those, we may go over those on Tuesday. However, it's Independence Pro Wrestling as they presented Grave Danger 3 live from the Vandermill in Grand Rapids, Michigan on Saturday, October 29th. I've been to the Vandermill for an Independence Pro Wrestling show. Great venue, great promotion. If you ever get the opportunity, you're on the west side of the state and they got a show, you should go.
Heck yeah. Chad Alpha took a shot at the Michiana Championship as he took on the Michiana champion, Jeremiah Nazareth. Jeremiah Nazareth walked in with that belt, and he walked out with that belt.
The Dark Gentleman, formerly known as Blake, or Blake Bale, Blake Acumen, Blake 182, He's had more redesigns than anybody I know.
I got 3 different Blake shirts, and they all have different names. I love every one of them, though.
Right. He pinned the creamiest one, Keith Cream.
Ugh. That is the worst possible way you could put it.
Hey, it
Oh,
worked.
God. Oh, Davison Sarai
Official sponsor of Rasslin Rage, Michigan Independent Weekly.
Davison Sarai took on Blair Onyx, with Davison Sarai not only taking home the win, but taking it in the best way possible by submission. You tapped out. You tapped out. You tapped out.
Jarris Gray and KC Tempest defeated Anton Nathan and Trevor Cage. 2 names I haven't heard before.
Jason DeMilo took on Anderson Knight. Anderson Knight won the match by pinfall.
You know DeMilo lives around here? Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, he lives around here. I didn't know that either till recently.
Like, I don't know what I'd do if I just run into him at Meyer.
Like, oh, the Greek god, Jason DeMilo. How are you? What are you in about?
Greek god.
That's what you called him the one time.
No, not Jason DeMilo.
You did too.
No.
Liar.
No.
Liar. Then we have Jimmy Shall Win defeating Max Morrison in a tables match. Hey, Josh. Josh.
Yeah.
Get the tables!
I would do that. Like, if you ever caught me off guard and said, get the tables, I'm putting someone through the nearest one. Now,
Jeremiah Goldmain says that he re-debuted at IPW. And I'm now in the co-matchmaker for IPW alongside Josh Raymond.
yeah. Hey, every promotion could use a little gold.
Whoop, whoop.
That's also 100% how he could pick up women. Not that, I mean, he's gold, man. Now, Ren Jones, Derek Wolf, Jack Price, Adam Wick, Jamal King, and LaDon Sanders were in a match, all trying to get Derek Wolf's heavyweight championship belt. Ooh, that is a lot of talent in one ring. Ren Jones ended up defeating the champion Derek Wolf, meaning that the new champion, and new heavyweight champion is Ren Jones. Congratulations.
I don't know. I'm a Derek Wolf fan. I think anybody that's Derek Wolf hater is on welfare.
I'm just hoping that Adam Wick got punched in the mouth a few times.
That too. Anybody that hates on Derek Wolf is on welfare and uses food stamps and has to collect bottles in order to afford gas.
I 100% need to go back to older episodes and see how many times you've talked crap about Derek Wolf now. I need to just go through and be like, okay, well, here's where you talked crap about him here and here and here.
I mean, it's just a true story is all I'm saying. I mean Derek Wolf will tell you too. He'll tell you anybody that don't like him is probably low income.
Wow. I don't have food stamps.
You're on food stamps? You ain't on food stamps.
No, I said I don't have food stamps.
I was going to say, you make too much money.
Exactly.
You baller. You a big baller.
You need to tell the gas company that. I'll tell you that
Well, you know
much.
why you're the baller? Because you ain't got kids.
Nah, I mean that.
Because if you had kids, you'd be broke. Trust
No,
me on that
just
shit.
spending $300 on dogs.
Oh, you're the dummy that got the dogs.
Yeah. At least if your dog eats, at least if your kid eats underwear, it's probably something kinky. Like, it's probably your older one.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. If you don't know, Josh's dog ate his old lady's underwear, and he went and took it to the vet, and it cost him $300 for them to pull out the underwear out of his booty.
Yeah.
They literally just pulled it right out of his booty.
I could have done that at home.
Which you tried to do, and he thought that he was hurting the dog, and there was red coming out, and it wasn't because it was blood. It was because the dog ate what?
He ate all of my candy.
He said that like a little kid. Oh my kid.
He ate all. It's just so much worse.
Oh, that's great. He ate all my candy.
Like, there's no way this day can get worse. Oh, he ate all of your favorite candy. Dog, I'm leaving you here. No, you know what? We're going to China Walk now. I'm going to China Walk with a dog and leaving with Sweet and sour combo.
Well, it was good to be back in the old studio. It's not completely done, and we're still working on things, but it's good to be back in here and getting the show. It's like I said, the shows. I do think that the show is much better when we're together rather than apart. I mean, we're still good when we're apart, but regardless, anyways, it's much better. But I do have to thank our sponsors: Gilbert Photo, Detroit Wrestling Connection, The Spyder, American Wrestling Experience, For Us Wrestling, Grizzly Pro Wrestling, PKSA Karate Port Huron, Davison Sarai, and of course, Crazy Squirrel Graphics. Thank you to all of you for your support, and we appreciate all of you. Make sure that you guys scroll down in the description and you give them a like, a follow, and a subscriber, and all that other wonderful good stuff. Don't forget that also down in the description is our social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We're doing a lot of posting on all those platforms with video content, so make sure you get on over there. Also down in the description, you will find Happy Harper ice cream, where you can purchase Happy Harper ice cream. You had Happy Harper at For Us this weekend.
I had Happy Harper at For Us.
If you want to get some of that, and we're at a show, he will. If you're in the Port Huron area, he will deliver to you. But if there's a wrestling event that he's going to be at, he will have. He'll bring wrestling. He'll bring ice cream for you.
I normally don't do far. I will say this: there is one time I had someone that paid for my gas and bought me Red Robin to make a delivery to Flint. I will deliver to Flint if you pay for my gas and buy me Red Robin. I'm a fat man. I'll do a lot for Red Robin.
For sure. Yeah, dude. So Sunday, so tonight we got Rage. So Tuesday we'll have MIW. We'll be back for MIW. I'm not sure if you're planning on coming back for that here or at home, but either way, we will be back here 6:30 on Tuesday for MIW. MIW is where we give you all the information that you need to attend any or all the indie wrestling events taking place here in the state of Michigan. We got a lot of them, a lot of indie wrestling coming up.
That's good.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell here on the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. There's always stuff going on here, so the bell allows you to be notified when all that stuff goes. When it's uploaded or available. And, like last night, I was joined by Mark Ross. I know you said you weren't able to watch it yet because you were doing some stuff. But
Ghost hunting.
It was just a sit down and bullshit session, dude. It was a good time. I had a really good time. We just sat here. We smoked a couple Hooters, fucking did a couple dabs, fucking drank some Jack Daniels, and just talked, dude. It wasn't like we had like a set things that we were talking about. We just had a conversation and just talked about things and some opinions and things. And I don't even remember everything that we talked about. But it was.
You're gonna have to go back and rewatch it yourself.
I'm going to. I really am. I do know that Mark was having some mic problems, but like you said, he's kind of soft spoken. So, but I mean, we worked it out, and everything seems to be working okay. Now hold on a minute. So there's something that I got. We're not reading anything anymore, so I couldn't download it while we were doing the show. Go ahead, talk. Go ahead.
So now look, I'm going to tell you guys this. We're not perfect. Despite my stunning good looks, we're not perfect. So if you guys know of a show that's coming up and you think we might not know about it, make sure to give us a yell out before MIW. We can make sure we have it on MIW. If you find out about a show that's going out that we didn't cover on MIW on Tuesday nights, if you let us know about it, then we can make sure that we're going to share it on the group. And on the group on Facebook is the best way to stay up to date with up to the minutes things. Anything that we know about is things that we're going to put on the group, so that way everyone can stay informed. So if there's any kind of cancellations, we put it on the group. If there's any shows that pop up maybe on Thursday that we didn't know about, then we can make sure that we pop it up there on the group on Facebook. So make sure that you go to the group on Facebook, share, if you're a wrestler, share your promos, share what shows you're going to be at coming up. If you're a fan, share pictures of the shows that you've been to. Where's your favorite promotion? Who's your favorite wrestler? If it's not Mark Ross, why are you wrong? So just make sure that you go to the group, interact, say hi, and share your wrestling experience. That we all come together, we can all make it even better.
I'm not sure what this is about, but I just downloaded it, and I need to put it in here so that they can see it first, though. So it's exclusive from For Us Wrestling, from Jeremiah Goldmain. If you give me a second. I wasn't able to do it during the show because what we were using. But let me do this right here. It should downloads. There it is.
I'm in pain. I'm sore. There's only one person I need to talk to right now. When I find him, I'm gonna. General Manager Dante, welcome to the 24K What the Hell Just Happened camp. Right? I gave you an inch, and you booked me in a mile-long ass whooping.
I didn't set you up though.
You had nothing to do with Samson's goons?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing?
Not at all.
All right. Well, since I'm in a tag team now, right now, I don't know what we're calling it. I'll figure it out. You know me. I'm creative.
Yeah, very.
So I'm going to do something December 16th. We already qualified, so we probably had nothing to do anyways.
Okay.
We want Samson's goons.
Y'all want Samson's
We want
goons.
Samson's
You
goons.
came over here to interrupt me while I'm sitting here with my wife drinking up, you know what I'm saying, drinking what I'm drinking.
I did.
And
I
you
could
talking
have.
about
Granted, listen.
goddamn.
I could have booked it myself. I have power still, but I want you to book it. Since you made us a team, I want you to book it.
Will it get you away from me?
Yeah.
Will you leave me?
I'll leave right now.
Will you leave me alone?
I will
for
leave you the rest of the
show?
night.
You got it.
Got it? Thank you. Thank you.
You got it. Now get the hell away from me.
I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. There, you heard it. We got it.
Okay, so that's that. I don't know what that said. I was not able to watch it yet or see it. So that's a Rasslin Rage exclusive sent to me to Jeremiah Goldmean. Definitely a good thing. Davison Sarai was the winner of IPW. We did talk about Davison Sarai. We in the results, and we talked about the official sponsor.
Davison Sarai was the only person that won a match this entire weekend by submission.
Interesting. That is interesting.
Out of all the wrestling that happened in the state of Michigan, Davison Sarai is the only person that was able to make their opponent say, nah, I'm good. I'm not doing this no more. And that makes sense.
Right. So we will be back on Tuesday with Michigan Independent Weekly, where we give you all the information you need to attend any or all the wrestling events, indie wrestling events that are taking place right here in the Great Lakes state of Michigan. That is right. So we will see you back here at 6:30 on Tuesday on the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel, r2youtube.com. That's the letter R, the number 2, youtube.com. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you on Tuesday. We are...
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin